Yo, what's up guys, it's your boy Sami here. Today we are gonna see, what if Naruto becomes the Three Tails Jinchuriki, part 4. Hope you'll enjoy this video. So before we start, please subscribe to our channel, and like this video. So let's get into the video. All those who remain roared Ibiki in a pissed off tone. Ha, said Ibiki completely calmly. What screamed most of the genin. Ibiki was about to explain when he was interrupted by a bundle of cloth flying through the window. It was quickly being pinned to the roof by a pair of kunai. Enko-sensei early said Naruto, not even looking at the woman. 25. You let 25 teams pass Ibiki, you're getting soft, man, said Anko. Maybe we just have a stronger bunch this year, Anko suggested Ibiki. Whatever, they'll be less than half once I'm done with them, said Anko looking crazy and licking a kunai. Alright brats, training ground 44 now, said Anko jumping out of the broken window. In the blink of an eye Naruto had too jumped out of the window following Anko. What just happened? Asked Tamari. The second exam's proctor called for you all to go to training ground 44, and I'll tell you a lot if you're not there in about 10 minutes you'll be failed, said Ibiki. This caused the rest of the genin to fly out of their seats and out the doors and in a few cases windows, and run towards training ground 44. 5 minutes later, training ground 44. The huge mob of Chunin hopefuls stood outside a fence-off forest. Welcome runs to my playground, training ground 44, affectionately called the Forest of Death, said Anko, who was sitting on a fence post. She had a grin on her face. Alright, here's the deal. 5-day. Every team is given one of 2 scrolls. The objective is to get to the tower in the center of the forest within the 5 days. To catch all of your team has to be at the finish line, and you have to have one of each scroll, 1 earth, 1 heaven scroll. And you can't open the scrolls before you get to the tower, but by far the best part, killing is allowed, said Anko with a psychotic grin on her face, making some genin shudder. Anko then pulled out a stack of forms. All of you need to sign one of these saying that if you die it's not our fault, said Anko, giving the stack of forms to the closest genin that just happened to be Naruto. Naruto grabbed a form and passed it to Haku, and then took one for himself, before handing the forms on. Once your team has signed them, come up to the tents and get a scroll and the number of the gate you'll be entering from, said Anko. Just as Naruto and Haku had finished signing their forms, the duo then approached the tent to find 2 inside. They handed in their forms and were given a heaven scroll, and a piece of paper marked 32. Naruto handed Haku the scroll. Just as the duo went to step out of the tent, Naruto tripped Haku, thus Haku fell to the ground, dropping their scroll. Geez Haku, you're such a klutz, said Naruto stepping forwards. Naruto, you fucking asshole, now everyone knows what scroll we have, yelled Haku, catching on to Naruto's plan. Everyone looked over to Naruto, and Haku saw the heaven scroll, before Naruto quickly snatched it off the ground, before storming away, Haku quickly getting up and chasing after him. Clever Jiki, thought Anko from her perch on top of the fence. Smart ass, muttered Sabuza, who was watching from a nearby tree. What a dope, said Sasuke, going back to signing his form. Half an hour later. Naruto and Haku were both standing at the gate marked 32. Naruto had the scroll in his pocket. Alright Haku, I've got a plan, said Naruto. Okay, let's hear it, said Haku. Alright, well, we have 5 days in the forest and an earth scroll to get, but that doesn't mean we can't take more scrolls to knock more people out of the next round, said Naruto. I'm still listening, said Haku. Right, well, the idea, we both split up once we get into the forest, and I'll send a blood clone with you just so if you get into trouble, it can jump in and help, and when we do attack any team, so long as it's not any Konoha team, except Team 7, the Suna team and the Aiwa team. And take their scrolls, then tomorrow we meet at the tower with the scrolls, said Naruto. I like the idea and almost everything about it, said Haku. Almost everything? Questioned Naruto. I get the Konoha and Suna team, but the Aiwa team? Asked Haku. 2 things, one is a Jinchuriki, so he'll be very hard to beat, and second, I want to see them in the next round, they have my interests, said Naruto. Are you sure it's all of them and not just the girl? Asked Haku in a jesting tone. Naruto choked, then coughed and sputtered. Yes, well, so what do you think of the plan? Questioned a slightly blushing Naruto. It'll work, said Haku. But, said Naruto as the gates swung open. Naruto and Haku both entered the forest. Naruto cut his hand before making a hand sign. Blood clone jutsu, called Naruto as blood poured out of his injured hand, and created an exact replica of him. Right, I'll leave you here, Haku, and I'll see you at the tower tomorrow morning, said Naruto, getting a nod from Haku before jumping off. You know the plan, yes? Asked Haku to the Naruto clone. Yeah, said the clone. But stay back and out of sight, said Haku, jumping off in another direction to Naruto, Naruto's blood clone following closely behind. With Haku. Haku ran through the forest looking for teams to take scrolls from. Haku ran for hours finding nothing. As the sun passed the middle of the sky, Haku found a team with aim headbands taking a rest while still keeping a vigilante watch. Haku was watching the trio from a branch high above the trio. In one fluid motion, Haku pulled out a small number of and with perfect aim threw them, hitting all 3 aim genin in the back in pressure points, knocking them unconscious. In one swift movement, Haku was on the ground searching through the genin's pockets looking for a scroll. Haku found an earth scroll in the second genin's back pocket. Haku pocketed it and leapt away looking for another team. A couple of hours passed as Haku ran through the forest. Haku had stopped to take a break, and was just about to leave when a kunai embedded itself right in front of the ice user. "Who's there?" asked Haku into the darkness of the forest. "Hand over your scroll and we'll let you live," said a voice from the trees above Haku. "Come and get it," said Haku as he formed an unusual hand sign creating an ice mirror. Haku then jumped into the mirror. Above in the trees 3 genin with Kusa headbands looked down at the scene. "Where the hell did he go?" asked one. "Don't know, come on, that thing is still there, let's go and follow him," said one of the 3, jumping down from his perch on the tree. The 3 landed down in the clearing in front of Haku's ice mirror. "What the hell is it?" asked one of the genin. "It's a mirror of ice," said Haku. Where the hell are you? Show yourself," ordered the leader of the 3 genin. "Oh come on, you saw me jump into the ice mirror, work it out dumbuses," said Haku. The 3 genin then looked at the mirror and saw Haku there. "Come on, give us your scroll," said the leader. "Nah, I'm good. In fact," said Haku, trailing off as another 20 ice mirrors formed around the 3 genin, forming a dome. 12 mirrors in a bottom row, 8 in the next row up, and finally 1 on top. "You should give me your scroll, only one person has ever made it out of this technique, and I don't intend to let that reputation fall," said Haku. "Oh please," said one of the genin, running over to a gap between the mirrors. "No you don't," said Haku, jumping out of the mirror, throwing several at the man, making him stumble back and fall on the ground. "I'm not going to let you out, try as much as you want," said Haku. "Fire-style fireball jutsu," called the leader of the group as he breathed out a large fireball that flew at one of Haku's ice mirrors. "It's ice, let's melt it," said the leader as the fireball hit the ice and exploded. "Yeah, you see, this ice is very special, it's very hard to melt it," said Haku, jumping out of his mirrors, flinging a barrage of at the 3 genin, hitting their arms, legs and necks. "You have no hope, give up now and you may survive, keep going on this meaningless endeavor, and I can't guarantee you will make it out of this forest alive," said Haku. "Don't listen to him, there's only one of him and 3 of us get him," yelled the leader of the group, as the 3 of them pulled out a kunai each and ran towards the mirrors. "Pity," said Haku, jumping backwards out of his mirrors, doing hand signs. "Ice-style ice dragon jutsu," called Haku as the ice mirrors melted and turned into a large serpentine dragon that coiled itself around the 3 people. "Ice-style frost breath," said Haku, breathing out a cloud of sparkling freezing air that flew towards the still exposed heads of the 3 genin, and in the blink of an eye they were frozen solid. Haku's dragon dissipated and the genin fell to the ground, and as they did their frozen heads smashed on the ground. Haku searched the pockets of the now dead genin, and found a heaven scroll. "Well, that makes a pair by myself. I wonder what kind of luck Naruto's having," thought Haku aloud before jumping off. There was still time in the day, he was going go till it got dark, then sleep for the night, then go to the tower early in the morning. Haku walked around the forest a bit more. He was kinda hoping to run into Team 7 of Konoha, so he could kick their asses. Haku smelled smoke and saw a faint glow off in the distance, so acting as quickly and quietly as possible leapt into the trees and jumped over to above where the glow was, and found 3 genin around a fire. Hiding in the mist jutsu, called Haku as a deep mist rolled in. "What the hell is going on?" asked one of the genin shortly before being silenced as Haku pegged several at the genin, hitting him in several nerve points, causing a temporary paralysis. In a matter of seconds the second genin went down with 2 in each limb. "Is there, show yourself," said the last genin before he was hit with a barrage of and fell to the ground. The mist then dissipated to reveal Haku, who quickly searched the pockets of the genin, and took the earth scroll the first one had before jumping off towards the tower. "It's getting late. I either need to get to the tower or find some place to call home for the night," muttered Haku, looking out for anything to use for shelter. After about 10 minutes of jumping from branch to branch, Haku spotted a cave. Haku jumped down into the cave to find it empty. "Okay, tonight I sleep here, tomorrow to the tower," said Haku, lying down. "Naruto, are you sure that was the best idea, sending him off on his own with only a blood clone as backup?" asked Kushina from inside Naruto's mind. "I have faith in Haku, he's strong," replied Naruto mentally, before he jumped away looking for teams. Naruto was running through the forest, jumping from tree branch to tree branch, clambering up the trunk of trees to get a better view of the forest floor. Naruto ran further along before quite quickly finding an AIM team on the forest floor. Naruto's eyes flashed golden with a 4-pointed pupil as he drew lilac fire and dropped from the tree, dropping right on top of one of the unsuspecting genin, impaling one in the back of the neck, surprising the other 2 genin, who as soon as they saw Naruto pulled out a kunai each ready to defend themselves. "Binging it on little flies," cackled Naruto as sand exploded out his gourd. The 2 genin ran at Naruto wanting to avenge their teammate. Both went to slash at the cackling blonde Riki, only to find that their attacks were blocked by sand. Naruto continued to cackle as he stood still, all the while the 2 genin continued to hack and slash at Naruto. "Hey, you 2 are boring," said Naruto as glowing chains shot out of his back and into the ground. "What the hell?" questioned one of the genin before one of the chains shot out of the ground in front of him and wrapped around his wrists, pulling him to the ground. Before the second one could even say a word, the top half of his head was sliced off courtesy of Naruto's sword. As the final genin lay there helpless, Naruto looked at him with a psychotic look on his face, before his eyes morphed into a blood red and black eye, revealing Naruto's eternal Mangekyou Sharingan. "Any last words, Swarm?" questioned the psycho blonde Redeed. The man didn't have time to respond, as Naruto uttered the last word the other genin would hear. "Amaterasu," said Naruto, and the genin were engulfed in black fire. With the lives of the three genin taken, Naruto slipped out of his psychotic state and began to search for the scroll. Naruto searched the genin he impaled and found nothing, nothing at all, just nothing. The second Naruto had the same amount of luck finding the scroll the second one had. Squat. "Damn it, I must have torched the scroll," muttered Naruto looking at the pile of ashes. "Well, hello, what do we have here?" questioned Naruto as he knelt down by the ashes as he saw a cylindrical object. Naruto pulled out a scroll, a heaven scroll to be precise. "Damn, another heaven one," muttered Naruto as he pocketed the scroll and moved on to his next unfortunate victims. Naruto had been running for about an hour and decided to have a break, so he dropped from his perch on a tree branch and landed on the ground in a crouched position. Naruto sat down with his back to a tree and closed his eyes, quickly falling asleep. Naruto woke hearing a scream. Naruto leapt to his feet and ran in the direction of the scream. Naruto jumped from branch to branch, quickly coming across a slightly disturbing scene. He saw a bear, a red-haired girl, who was backed up to a tree, and a pair of mutilated corpses. The bear was stalking over to the girl. Naruto, without even thinking, drew one of his scythes and threw himself between the girl and the bear, blocking a clawed swipe in the process. The claws connecting with the metal of the scythe created a loud clanging sound. Naruto in the blink of an eye swung the scythe around, and as he did it caught fire. The flaming scythe slid straight through the bear, bifurcating it. As the top half of the bear slid off the bottom half, Naruto turned to the girl behind him. "The scroll is in his pocket. Please let me be," begged by the girl, holding her hands in a defensive position. Naruto took one of the girl's shaking hands in his own. The girl looked up at him. She had medium-length red hair that was spiky on one side, while flat and tame on the other. She had red eyes that matched her hair, and wore purple glasses to complement her purple outfit. "Are you okay?" asked Naruto. The girl looked at him curiously for a moment. "I told you the scroll is off," she said, interrupted by Naruto. "Yes, I heard you the first time, but I'm asking you, the girl with pretty red hair, are you alright?" asked Naruto. The girl blushed at the compliment. "I guess a little shaken, but that's it," said the girl. "But so you're alright to travel?" asked Naruto. The girl nodded. "Great," said Naruto, gently pulling the girl to her feet. "You got a name, or do I just call you Miss Pretty Redeed?" asked Naruto. The girl muttered something, but Naruto didn't hear what she said. "Sorry, I didn't quite catch that," said Naruto. "Karen, my name is Karen," said the now dubbed Karen. "Pretty name for an equally pretty girl," said Naruto with a foxy grin, making Karen blush. Luckily for her, Naruto had his eyes shut. "What about you, what's your name?" asked Karen. "Me, I'm Naruto, Naruto Uzumaki," said the grinning blonde Redeed. Naruto quickly walked over to the downed genin, which Karen said had a scroll, and lo and behold, an earth scroll awaited him. Naruto pocketed the scroll and walked to the edge of the clearing. "Well, come on, Karen-chan, I ain't leaving you here," said Naruto. "Really?" questioned Karen, not believing a boy from another village no less was going to protect her. "Yep, come on, you coming with me to the tower," said Naruto as he held his hand out to the girl. Karen walked up and gingerly took his hand. He squeezed her hand reassuringly and smiled at her, again making her blush. She then cracked a small smile of her own. The two of them jumped off into the tree branches. After about an hour of running around, Naruto decided to take a break for Karen's sake. She was tired, he could tell, and as much as she wanted to deny it, she knew it was true, so the two of them stopped in a clearing. Naruto closed his eyes and leaned back on a tree, as Karen sat on the ground panting. Before either could rest, however, a kunai was flung at Naruto. "Naruto-kun!" screamed Karen as the lethal projectile neared the blonde Redeed, who without even opening his eyes, plucked the kunai out of the air. "Give us your scrolls," the girl, "and we'll let you live," said a voice from the shadows of a nearby tree. Karen looked around. She could sense 9 present chakra signatures. "Are the 9 of you going to come out and fight, or do I need to destroy this section of the forest to get you all?" questioned Naruto, pushing his back off the tree, and as he did he pegged the kunai off in a random direction. Throughout the entire clearing a sickening squelch sound could be heard. "Sorry, make that 8," said Naruto as sand started to pour out of his gourd. "Damn you!" screamed one of the genin, leaping at Naruto from his previous perch in a tree. "Come now, this is too easily," gloated by Naruto as the sand shot off the ground, grabbing hold of the genin by his ankles and his neck. The next thing anyone knew, a sickening crunch was heard, and the genin was literally snapped in two. As the blood poured out of the two halves of the former genin, the other 7 were all seeing red. All 7 genin jumped out of the trees at Naruto, several wielding kunai and others flashing through hand signs. Sand exploded out of Naruto's gourd and formed a dome around him. Several kunai slammed into the dome of sand only for nothing to happen. After about 3 seconds the genin jumped away, and the sand fell away, revealing Naruto with his EMS active, and 3 swords drawn. "Who's first?" questioned Naruto. 4 genin jumped at Naruto, one from each side, one from in front and one from behind. In an instant a clone of Naruto appeared behind him, standing back to back with the real Naruto, and the clone immediately went through hand signs. The real Naruto blocked a kunai slash at his midsection. Ice style absolute zero, called the Naruto clone. As he did, the temperature in the immediate area started to drop. Naruto the clone bolted over to Karen, and in one swift movement, picked her up and jumped into the trees, leaving the real Naruto in the clearing with the 7 genin. What the hell? Questioned one of the genin. The temperature continued to drop. He yelled at one of the genin running at Naruto, who jumped back onto a tree trunk. The temperature continued to drop. The 7 genin were slowing down, and before the genin could attack the Naruto again, their feet had been frozen to the ground. What the hell? Screamed one of the genin, trying to move his feet. Naruto stood there watching the genin freeze when he became bored and bolted at the group, slashing 3 out of their icy prisons. "You shall serve as entertainment," said Naruto with a sickening grin on his face. The 3 freed genin shakily stood and pulled out a kunai each. "I," screamed one of the genin, charging at Naruto, aiming to stab him in the gut. "Snore," said Naruto, kicked the genin's hand, sending the kunai up into the air, as Naruto deflected the other 2 kunai from the others, who had tried to sneak attack him. As this was going on, the 4 still frozen genin were getting more and more frozen. Naruto sheathed his katanas, deciding that he wasn't going to get any form of weapon fight from the 3 in front of him. One of the 3 free genin threw his kunai at Naruto, who plucked the weapon out of the air. The 3 genin ran at Naruto, who used his newly acquired kunai to cut 2 of his fingers on his left hand, confusing the charging genin. Naruto jumped over them as they got to him, and quickly ran the bloody digits over his upper right arm, more spastically the wolf and jaguar tattoos. Summoning jutsu, called Naruto as 2 clouds of smoke erupted around him, and standing next to him were bear-sized wolf and jaguar. "Naruto-sama, what can I do for you?" asked the wolf. "Possibly help liven up this fucking snore fest," said Naruto. The wolf and jaguar looked at the trio of very scared genin. "A pleasure," said the jaguar as it and the wolf pounced on one of the genin each. "Leaves you and me," said Naruto, pointing to the last genin, who was very scared. "Are you going to make a move?" questioned Naruto, drawing the genin's attention back to him. The genin shakily pulled out a kunai. "Boring," called Naruto as he did some quick hand signs. "Wood style wood dragon jutsu," called Naruto, and as he did, a dragon made of wood shot out of the ground next to him. Meanwhile, with Naruto clone and Karen. "What was that, Naruto-kun?" questioned Karen. "Nothing, don't worry your pretty little head over it, Karen-chan," said Naruto, looking down at the Reddit in his arms. Naruto continued to jump away. The 2 then heard screams. "Alright Karen-chan, wait here boss, we'll be here in a minute," said the Naruto clone as he put Karen down before disappearing in a cloud of smoke. Naruto returned 20 minutes later with an additional 3 scrolls. As he landed in front of Karen, they both heard a girl's scream. "Oh no, that's Kin," muttered Karen, turning to Naruto. "You know who that was?" questioned Naruto. Karen nodded. "Let's go," said Naruto. It was the morning of the 2nd day of the exams, and Haku was waiting outside the tower for Naruto. He'd only been there for 5 minutes, so he waited calmly for his mostly blonde teammate. Haku jumped slightly and pulled out a pair of when he heard noises. "Haku, into the tower now, I'll explain in a moment," said Naruto, appearing next to Haku. Naruto was joined by 2 girls. One had medium-length red hair that was spiky on one side while flat and tame on the other. She had red eyes that matched her hair and wore purple glasses to complement her purple outfit, while the other had very long black hair, almost reaching down to the ground, tied by a violet ribbon right near the end, and black eyes. She wore a forehead protector with a musical note tied around her forehead, a pale green vest somewhat similar to a flak jacket, and snake-patterned pants and scarf. Luar tried to question Haku but was interrupted by Naruto, who pushed Haku and the 2 girls into the tower. Uzumaki came from the force. Naruto quickly bit his thumb before doing a hand sign. "Blood clone jutsu," whispered to Naruto as blood poured from his wounded thumb, pouring onto the ground, forming a second Naruto. The Narutos nodded to each other, and the blood clone bolted away from the tower. "Over this was you, Pedo Snake," yelled the Naruto clone. "I'll get you yet, little shit," roared Pedo Snake. "What the," said Haku, only to be stopped when Naruto held his hand over the boy's mouth. After about 30 seconds, Naruto let go of Haku, who quickly jumped up. "Alright Naruto, just what the hell is going on?" asked Haku. "As much as I would like to tell you, Haku, I'm not entirely sure," said Naruto before turning back to the 2 girls behind him. Both were fidgeting nervously. "Sai, let me handle this, Haku," said Naruto before he pulled out a pair of scrolls. "Open them so they know we've finished," said Naruto, tossing Haku the scrolls. Haku nodded and opened the scrolls. Once he did, smoke started to pour out of them. Haku tossed them on the ground. They landed on the ground surprisingly in a perfect cross, and in an instant a poof signified that whatever was happening happened. "Congress boys, you both passed the 2nd test," said Yugao, who had appeared there standing over both scrolls. "Thanks Yugao-sensei," said Haku, smiling. "Yeah, thanks Yugao-sensei, but is there somewhere in this tower I can speak with these 2 in private?" asked Naruto, motioning to the 2 terrified girls behind him. "Naruto," said Yugao, interrupted when Naruto raised his hand. I'll tell you when I know, said Naruto. Yuga narrowed her eyes at her blonde student before nodding and leading him off to a room down a hallway. Karen, Kin called Naruto. Both girls jumped and quickly ran after Naruto. Naruto, Kin, Karen and Yuga reached a room at the end of the hallway. Yuga-sensei, can you please inform the Hokage I need to speak to him, said Naruto. Yuga nodded before disappearing in a swirl of leaves. Naruto opened the door to the room and turned on the light. There was a table and 3 chairs in the room. Naruto flicked his head to the side, telling both girls to enter the room. They did so, but very cautiously. Once inside, Naruto shut the door behind him. Alright you two, said Naruto after a moment, drawing the attention of both girls to him. Why yes, stuttered Karen. Tell me why Orochimaru, of all people, was after you two in the forest, said Naruto, looking at both girls disbelieving. Silence. Naruto looked at the two of them. Look, you have 2 options. You can tell me now, and I will probably be able to do something to help you. Or you can wait, and after I tell the Hokage about Orochimaru, he'll send Ibiki, the proctor of the first exam, and Anko, the proctor of the second exam, in here, and they will get the information out of you more than likely through painful means if they have to, said Naruto, looking at the 2 girls in front of him. Again Naruto was only met with silence. Fine, you want it to be difficult, said Naruto, standing up and walking towards the door. Wait, said Kin just before Naruto placed his hand on the handle. Yes, said Naruto, turning back around to face the 2 of them. How do we know you can deliver? Questioned Kin. You don't, but I can, said Naruto, a grin forming on his face. I want you to assure us that you will help us. If you do, we will tell you everything, said Karen. Before Naruto could answer, there was a knock at the door. Who is it? Asked Naruto. It's me, the Hokage is here, said Yuga from the other side of the door. Just in time, said Naruto, opening the door. The door shut behind him, and Kin and Karen were left on their own for a few minutes. After about 5 minutes, the door opened again to reveal Naruto. I can agree to that if you allow the Hokage to be in the room when you spill what you know, said Naruto. Kin and Karen both looked at each other before nodding. They said yes, called Naruto out into the hallway after he did. An elderly man who gave off a powerful, but yet grandfatherly aura walked into the room. So these are the 2 you were talking about? Questioned Hiruzen. Naruto nodded as he closed the door. Both Naruto and Hiruzen looked at Kin and Karen expectantly. After a moment of silence, Naruto spoke up. Tell us about Orochimaru, and I promise you I will do everything in my power to protect you from him, said Naruto, making both girls blush slightly. Kin spoke first. Orochimaru is the leader of my village, if you could even call it that, said Kin. What do you mean? Asked Hiruzen. She means that there are ninja there, but it's more of a huge laboratory than that of a ninja village. Orochimaru finds people abandoned or alone, with the promise of a place to belong and a place to call home, before turning any he fancies into test subjects and the rest into tools, said Karen. He offers power in exchange for loyalty. Everyone in Oto is trained in at least 2 of the ninja arts. Those who are useful to Orochimaru are given Cure's marks, which slowly twist and wrap their minds, until all that remains is a lust for power. And the rest are used for Orochimaru's horrible experiments, said Kin. And Orochimaru will do whatever he has to so he can learn every in existence, which is why he's here, said Karen. The Uchiha, muttered Naruto. Yes, Orochimaru plans to place a curse mark on him, and after that Orochimaru plans to burn Konoha to the ground, said Kin. What do you mean? Asked Naruto. I'm sorry, that's all he told me. Me and my team were supposed to find the Uchiha after Orochimaru applied the mark, then fight him before making our way here. If we made it to the 3rd round he would tell us more, said Kin. I was told slightly more, said Karen, drawing everyone's attention to her. Orochimaru told me that he didn't expect Kin's team to get to the 3rd round, and during the finals he plans to invade with his own forces and the forces of an ally, which was going to be Suna, but they declined, and Orochimaru could do nothing to change their minds. Not wanting to draw attention to himself, he gave up. But the plan now was some section of the Konoha Anbu route or something like that would assist, and Orochimaru was planning to get Kumo to lend them one of the 2 Jinchuriki to help in the invasion, said Karen. Wait, Anbu you say? Questioned Hiruzen. Karen nodded. Please tell me you have something to prove that, almost begged Hiruzen. Kin and Karen looked at the Hokage in a small amount of shock. The leader of Root is very careful. Hokage-sama has been trying for years to find something, anything to arrest him for, said Naruto. Sorry, no I don't, I was there when Orochimaru got the reply by letter, but that's all, said Karen. That's okay, is that all you know about the invasion? Asked Hiruzen. Karen nodded. Sorry, we can't tell you more, said Kin, looking down. Don't be, you may have just saved hundreds of lives. You too, said Naruto. Kin turned to Naruto, only to see him smiling gently at her. Naruto is right, you two have quite possibly saved hundreds of lives today, said Hiruzen, smiling a grandfatherly smile at the 2. You two will now be placed under the protection of the Uzumaki clan, and that means you'll be staying in my clan's compound. And don't worry, Orochimaru will not be able to touch you once inside, said Naruto with a smile. Really? Questioned Kin. On my word as the heir to the Uzumaki clan, I swear I will not let Orochimaru land a finger on either of you two from now on, said Naruto with a smile, and before he knew what was going on he was knocked onto the ground, and he had 2 girls on his chest, sobbing and continuously saying thank you. Naruto simply rubbed their backs in a comforting manner. Wait, what about if my team makes it through this round? Asked Kin. Well, that will be up to you whether you wish to continue or not, said Hiruzen. Kin nodded. Not that I mind have two beautiful women on my chest, but could you two get up? Asked Naruto. Both Kin and Karen jumped to their feet, their faces rivaling the color of a tomato. Naruto chuckled and got up. Well, before much else I need to show you where you're staying from now on, said Naruto, before looking to Hiruzen, who simply nodded. Naruto then grabbed Kin and Karen by the shoulders, and in a swirl of sand the three were gone. The three ninja appeared just outside the Uzumaki compound, and for a moment both Kin and Karen were disorientated. Where are we, Naruto-kun? Asked Kin once she could see straight again. This is my clan's compound, and where you two will be staying now. Just wait a moment while I drop the barrier, so you two can come in, said Naruto, but as soon as he did he felt a shitload of fear radiating off of Karen and Kin. On second thoughts, muttered Naruto, turning around to face the girls before making a hand sign. Shadow Clone Jutsu, called Naruto as a shadow clone popped into existence next to him. You know what to do, said Naruto. The clone nodded as he walked inside the compound. Anbu will be on the hunt for Orochimaru. Don't worry you two, once you're inside the barrier he cannot touch you, said Naruto, smiling at the two girls. We trust you, it's just, muttered Karen, trailing off a bit. I'm sorry I didn't catch that, said Naruto. We have one friend in Odo, and I'm worried what the pedo snake might do to her to try and get to us, said Karen. What's her name and what's she look like? I'll keep an eye out for her. You might be lucky, and he might send her after you, and if he does I'll help her too, said Naruto with a grin. You would really do that? Questioned Kin. Yep, any friend of yours is a friend of mine, said Naruto, grinning a huge grin. At that moment the barrier dissolved, and Naruto ushered the two girls inside the barrier. Her name is Taya. Thanks for watching my video. Leave a like if you enjoyed my video, and also do consider subscribing to my channel for more awesome content. See you next time. Till then, sayonara.